All right, so if folks could gather over this way, it'd be great. Thanks for coming. As you probably can tell, it's the Wildfire Community Preparedness Day national program. This is the National Fire Protection Association that is the Firewise USA sponsor. And we're here today to talk about Firewise USA. This is our 6th year as a Firewise USA recognized community. I just had a call with a friend of mine a couple of days ago that said, hey, can I get us some kind of a proof that we're Firewise community? It's on our website. I get 10% off on my insurance for being in a Firewise community. So, it's one of the benefits of many. And then there's other fire safe councils here today too. And so basically between the neighborhoods, organizing, volunteering, getting grant funds, doing projects, and working with all these great agency folks here, over the past 5 or 6 years, we've managed to bring in literally millions of dollars into funds into the area, doing a tremendous amount of vegetation management. Today we want to focus on the county wildfire protection plan. There's a community wildfire protection plan that gets updated every once in a while. I think 2015 was the last time we had a serious update, but we're going to talk a little bit about that. Evacuation planning is another big thing. We've done some evacuation drills. We've got the emergency access routes that have been opened up and maintained, and again, Supervisor Haschek will talk about a little bit about that. And for those that don't know, that one FERCO route was used in the Oak Fire, and that really facilitated, because that was the first time the entire subdivision had been evacuated. And so people could go down Sherwood Road without having to fight uphill traffic from the firefighter crews that came up the FERCO route. And again, it just proved the value of us working together as a community with all the agencies and the residents and the volunteers to do that. I want to particularly thank Mendocino County has been a main supporter. You might remember Supervisor Krosky before John got started with us, and we started with the emergency access routes as being a #1 priority to reopen some of the access routes that hadn't been maintained and they weren't really available to use for firefighting. So we've gotten 2 of those routes now secured, and we're getting ready to get some funding to do the maintenance on those. And again, Supervisor Haschek can talk about that a little bit. The Brook Trails District, the Brook Trails Fire Department, again, big, when we started off, major supporters of what we're doing. They helped us get the memorandum of understanding in place with the emergency access route owners. So that allowed that process to happen so that we could get in and clean those routes. Obviously CAL FIRE and OES and the Mendocino County Fire Safe Council are other agencies that all have programs and have helped us tremendously, both with funding, with volunteer work, with getting the word out, coordinating, doing things like this, because it really does take the whole community. I also wanted to say a special thank you to some of our funding sources. Community Foundation of Mendocino County has been a big supporter. CAL FIRE we've gotten several CAL FIRE grants, so we've been very fortunate in that. We've also been funded by the California Fire Safe Council, by the North Coast Resource Partnership, North Coast Opportunities, quite a few other agencies along the way and organizations. So it takes not only all these volunteers, but it takes grant funding. And one thing I'll say about the volunteers is each one of you right now is earning us about $30 an hour of donation funds by participating in this meeting. And we use that as our when we go to Firewise USA to say, what are you guys doing in your community? How many people showed up and what did you do? And so attending meetings, doing work on your house, we track all of those kinds of things and report at the end of the year. That's part of being a Firewise community. So it really helps to have people turn out for meetings like this to, to add value when we go out for further funding or getting things renewed. Okay, so today we've got John Haschek, Supervisor, people know him, Chief Noyer, Brook Trails Fire Department, Scott Craddy with the Mendocino County Fire Safe Council, Chad Smith with CAL FIRE, and Jeff Adair with the County OES. And I asked Supervisor Haschek to sort of just start off a little bit with an inspirational comment about how important it is for everything we're doing here. So let's have a hand for Supervisor Haschek.